Greetings all! This is Justinian the Great, and welcome back to Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. With me today is everyone's favorite asshole, as he asked me to introduce him, Sam the Car Guy.
What is happening, YouTube people? It is another beautiful day outside, unless of course it's raining when this video is made.
Yeah, today we're doing this remotely due to obvious reasons. Yeah, this is sort of like a trial run experiment to see if we can do this in the future.
We're kind of excited to see how the future technology works.
Murray is in position to make a run for this key.
Okay, so what do I do?
Provide some covering fire for him with that blasting station.
Sweet.
Use the left analog stick to aim and press the square button to fire.
I'll do my best.
Oh, I'm going in slow.
These turret sections are surprisingly not very hard to do. I had to adjust the controls here.
Are they tank control?
It was programmed to where it was like up was down and down was up.
I love the way those bulldogs run. They're like
Yeah, I do
tippy-toeing
too.
with cannon fire.
I do too.
Oh no! Nice!
The one mistake I made through this run was I hit one of those barrels, which
Yeah.
damaged Murray. I think it's this one. Yep. The
He
barrels.
has a golden horseshoe.
Yep. The barrels are the only things that actually made these particular sections in the game actually difficult, or provided any challenge.
Going with giant clubs, that's kind of what it looks like. Oh, we got to one garage full of a bunch of explosive barrels.
Yeah, and that's not like a fake out. They'll make you want to shoot it, but you don't want to shoot it because, well, if you do, it'll hurt Murray.
No! Oh, thanks!
Those flashlight guards are probably some of my favorites. I don't know why, but I love their design.
Yeah, I would say they're probably the best flashlight guards from Sly 1, especially.
And look at that, we got a key.
Yep. The third treasure key in Mugshot's turf.
Murray was such a buffoon in the first.
Yeah, I mean, looking at him right there, and then looking at him in Sly 2, it's like night and day. It's like...
two different people, completely.
Well, truthfully, they actually did not know what they wanted to do with the Murray character throughout the series. Originally, here's something funny. Originally, Murray was supposed to be, he was supposed to be bisexual.
Really?
Yes. So originally, the voice actor came in with a very like flamboyant voice. So they really did not know what they wanted to do with the Murray character. Then he comes, so he in this game he's kind of a buffoon. But I'll shut up and continue in just a second.
Murray, what's going on down there?
Well, I drove to this hot dog stand for a quick snack, and the next thing you know, I'm getting challenged to a race by these gangster dogs!
Is there a key in it for the winner?
Yeah, 3 times around the track for a key.
It's all you, man. Drive the van with the left analog stick. And if you manage to pick up any nitro power-ups, you can get a boost by pressing the square button. Go get them!
I'm on it!
So I had several failed attempts at this, and we're just gonna like speed through all those failed attempts while we're talking. Then he comes in Sly 2, and he goes from being this buffoon to the Murray.
Let me tell you, the Murray, that was a character worth having.
Yes.
The Murray from the first one, it's not Murray. I mean,
No,
when you
it's
think of
not.
Murray, you think of this hardcore hippo that will use fist and ask questions later. And that's what he does. Oh, goody, goody. Let's see. Yeah, so these, I'm trying to remember, what, the gangsters that you're racing?
Yes.
Don't they cheat?
A little bit, I guess. But especially more in the second racing section of the game. By the way, something cool, if you pay attention, there are signs sort of like foreshadowing two of the future two of the members of the Fiendish Five that we will face in the future, and Riley as well.
I think I ever paid attention to that because I was always too worried about the controls of the car, which are always a pain in the rear end.
Yeah. I
I
think
love
have.
how that one has the paddy wagon with the police siren on it.
Mm-hmm. I had several failed attempts at this race, as you could see from this footage.
Yeah.
And then I finally got the one successful attempt, which will be shown in, by the way, full speed and full color.
You know, this ain't no noir like we were talking about a couple weeks ago.
What's that?
It may be a noir-based game, but it's not that noir.
No.
Like we were talking about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, you know, film noir, like the actual film noir, a big part of it was to actually put it in black and white. I would say even if you make a film noir film today, you probably still want to put it in black and white just because.
You'd also want some old gruff dude that looks like James Taylor going, oh, and then this dame, she came in, you see.
I think you're thinking of James Cagney.
Same difference. Got
One
the
is
James part right.
One is a singer who's like known for very soft songs, and one is known for going, "You dirty rat."
Yeah, see, yeah. With the cigar hanging out of his... I mean, Mugshot is very much based on the James.
Yes. But I mean, I'm glad that like I said though, I think the one way you put film noir in actual color that actually works is cell shading.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I hate the way that Murray drives the car.
Yes.
And how the car looks. That is not the van.
No, it's not.
They should have left the van looking like what the van looks like. And as to why Murray has to shove his head out the window like he's one of the dogs that he's racing against makes no sense. It's like Murray didn't know what he was supposed to do to race, so he just imitated what the guy in front of him was doing. Now that guy in first place, that is by far my favorite car in the racing section. Just the pure gangster mob look of it.
That guy right there, or?
Yeah.
That's not first place, though. The guy in first place is like has music playing from the back of it.
I don't remember that. It's been too long.
Yeah, well, I came to a conclusion about concerning gameplay in this section. I came to a conclusion that if you don't at least take fourth place by the end of the first lap, you could pretty much kiss winning this race goodbye,
Yeah.
which kind of sucked.
If you're not in second place near the end of the first lap, you might as well just restart.
Yeah, I was in second place by the end of the second lap.
Yeah, that's where you want to be. You want to be in second place by the third lap.
Yeah, yeah. You want to be in second. You want to be at least fourth place by the end of the first lap, and in second place by the end of the second lap.
Yes. That gives you enough time to get into first by the end of the third lap, but you do not want to make mistakes when you get there.
Right. Which you can make mistakes if you slow down the video in the other portions. You can make some big mistakes in that race.
Oh, absolutely. And then the car doesn't handle like you would think it to either.
I will say the car handles better than the cars in some racing games, at least. So.
True. Though I don't know if I'd rather deal with the car. What is this? Why is there just a Cadillac sitting on a post, and why did they lock it? Like, what is the point of that? That makes no sense to me.
None of this makes any sense. This next one actually kind of does make sense. What you have to do to get to see Mugshot, that actually does make sense.
And, you know, here's a casino. Let's hire these massive guards to take over. The other thing that I always didn't really like about the Sly is they didn't really have, like, background characters.
My X-ray detection devices reveal that a secret elevator to Mugshot's penthouse is contained within that giant head.
So, how do we get in?
Behind this locked wall, there's a lever that summons the elevator. But you need all 7 keys to open it up.
I'm on it.
Slide 2 and 3 kind of did a little bit of that with background characters.
Yeah, but they were like part of the backdrop. Like they weren't. It was like shadows. Slide 3 in the Baron episode is like the only one that really has background characters.
Well, Slide 2 in Slide 2, if you remember, there's one particular job where you have to kidnap a general.
Yeah.
I kind of count that as a background character, I guess.
I wouldn't, because it's not. It pertains to the story. Like in the casino we were just in, it would be nice to see people playing slot machines or something.
Well, they actually did explain that basically when Mugshot got into town, he basically ran everybody out.
True. I remember that. Forgot about that. It's been too long since we recorded the first section of this video.
Oh, by the way, I hate this level. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not the greatest level either. And what I hate about it is those little bits right there, with the things that you have to jump on, and then they kind of go away, and you have to jump on them in order to get the clues.
I mean, you could just not get the clues and it'd be easier, but you're the one that wanted to do 100%, so you're the one who made your life miserable. I think they call that what is it? The person who, no, not completion, the kind of person that does things in pain, or that put them in pain, but they do them anyway, or they enjoy being in pain.
Labors of Love?
No, it's not labors of love. Sadist?
Maybe. They enjoy putting other people in pain. Sadists enjoy putting other people in pain.
Masochism. You're
Oh,
a
by the way.
masochist.
Oh, by the way, Take a look at a section down here that's absolutely useless unless you want to just collect a few coins. There are no clues or anything down here.
I would, but my screen is currently frozen.
Sorry about that.
It is what it is. We gotta work around the virus somehow, and we're doing the best we can.
Yeah. I'd say this is probably a good way.
For now, we'll have to work with it
Yeah.
some more and play with it. We can try a couple of different ideas as we do, because like we said earlier, this is kind of the trial run of doing this. Neither one of us have done the Discord design of recording videos before, so this is definitely new to both of us. Hopefully it still makes a good video for
Yeah.
your viewers. That's what we're here for, is the entertainment value of those that are watching.
Yeah. Set off an alarm there. By the way, did you know something cool I thought was cool? If you die, your clue progress is still saved.
That's good.
Yeah.
I know one of the biggest
Um,
issues of early consoles is there was never enough place to save data. And so if you ever had to restart
Yeah.
a level, you would have to collect everything again. It was a big issue in like
Yeah,
early
I-
Nintendo systems.
See, I missed a clue there. So this is what I ended up doing. Is your screen still frozen, or?
Yes, but it's frozen in a different spot.
Well, at least it's moving forward.
Or so slightly. You know what they say, progress is but one step in the other direction.
What I did was I missed a clue that I couldn't exactly go back to easily, so I ended up suiciding myself against an enemy, so I could go back and get that one clue.
Was it an easy enemy?
Yes.
So you made yourself look like
It
a
was like a-
sissy in the name of completion.
And I got the clue, and now I can get that guy that just killed me.
Oh, he's not really easy. You wouldn't necessarily die by him, but he's not easy.
No, I mean, you gotta time... with all the enemies in this game, you have to time everything perfectly. Everything in this game is about
75%.
timing.
I'd say
What's
there's
that?
about a 75% chance window. As long as you're within 75%, you probably won't die.
Probably, yeah. I actually heard somebody describe this game as being very difficult. And, you know, when I was a kid, it was. Today, it's not that hard of a game to me. So,
I mean, the most difficult part about it is the life system. If you didn't have the life system, or just some of the weird stuff they force you to do, it wouldn't be that difficult.
yeah.
Like, the hardest part for you was, like, the episode that you had released the other day that had you fighting the crabs when you got crabs.
Mugshots additions to Mesa City. With these files, I'll be able to help you
Yes,
find all
yes.
his clues and breakables.
And the thing that made that
So-
difficult was the camera angle and the controls.
I would say that usually if you have a minigame like that, you usually get like one or two. You usually get a little bit more, let's say, flexibility. You know?
Yeah,
Like,
like
you
have to
can
get
let...
every single chest.
Yes.
Sometimes it's like, oh well, maybe there's 3 chests you don't have to get.
Yes, yes. So, I mean, getting the more flexibility kind of adds to it, but to me, it kind of hurts me a little bit because it kind of takes the pressure off in a way.
Yeah.
And when the pressure is off, I kind of don't play as well.
Yeah. I
But
feel like
anyway-
games have gotten easier in time.
Yes. But anyway, we have gotten to the end of the episode, to this episode. So, this is Justy. Hope you enjoyed this episode. This is Justinian the Great and Sam the Car Guy signing off.
Peace.